Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. First at 4, we are staying on top of the economy and the impact it has on your money. One of the biggest banks in Michigan is under review right now after the collapse of a Silicon Valley bank. Now it comes as we get better news on inflation today. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom with all of today's developments. Kim?
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon to you. A positive turn for the economy today after a new report shows inflation dropped for the 8th straight month. Wall Street, though, is also watching the banking sector following the second largest bank failure in history. One bank collapsed, another shut down. Now Moody's has cut its outlook for the entire U.S. banking sector just after the firm placed 6 banks under review for potential credit rating downgrades. That includes one of the biggest banks in Michigan, Comerica Bank. But some economists say there isn't a looming financial crisis.
I do not see any pervasive problems in our banking system.
They say the volatility in finance isn't linked to insolvency or assets that are difficult to value like it was in 2008. Instead, the concern is, in part, over uninsured deposits and long-term treasury bonds that have crumbled in value.
I do think fear is the big problem now.
Quick action from the federal government is momentarily relieving those worries, but many banks, especially smaller lenders, are facing pressure from continued interest rate hikes by the Federal Reserve.
The question is how persistent and how much more serious, if at all, will that instability be?
Yet the economy remains hot, the labor market is gaining jobs, and the Consumer Price Index for February out Tuesday reveals inflation is cooling, but still triple the Fed's target. Now the Fed is at a crossroads.
They should just pause, take a look around.
And the markets just closed. You're taking a live look at the big board on the New York Stock Exchange. Bank stocks were able to rebound, and the Dow ended up for today, closing at 334 points. Late today, we learned that the Department of Justice and SEC are each opening investigations into the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. We will have much more on that coming up when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. Until then, we'll send it back to you in the studio, Karen.
All right, we appreciate it. Thank you, Kim.
Sure thing.
Meantime, we are also watching a developing story out of the Pentagon at this hour. A Russian fighter jet has forced down a U.S. drone over the Black Sea. Now, the U.S. says it is a brazen violation of international law, and it is raising tension over the war in Ukraine. The U.S. says a Russian jet flew near a drone, dumped fuel on it, then hit its propeller. This is video of the type of drone we're talking about. U.S. forces had to bring the drone down in international waters. President Biden has been briefed. Southfield police officer is honored today for jumping into a rescuing a passenger from a burning car. Police say the driver of a red Ford blew through a red light and then crashed into another car at 8 Mile in Northland Saturday night, then caught on fire. When officers arrived on scene, Good Samaritans were using fire extinguishers and their clothes to put out the fire. They were able to get the driver out while a Southfield police officer focused on the passenger. Officer Patrick McCormick grabbed a fire extinguisher, knocked back the flames, then rescued that passenger.
That night, I just did what any other officer would have done. I saw a person in need of help, and all I could think about doing is to try to get to him and to pull him out of the car as fast as I could so that I could give him some chance at life.
Both the driver and passenger were taken to the hospital. The passenger died the next day. Today, Officer McCormick was given the Chief's Award for putting his life on the line to rescue someone. In Lansing, a repeal of right to work is advancing in the Democratic-led legislature. It passed out of Senate committee this morning after passing the House last week. Right to work banned a requirement that workers pay union dues to be employed. It took effect a decade ago under Republican Rick Snyder. Now the full Senate could take up the repeal tonight. A chilly day, kind of misleading, right? The sun was out, it looked really nice, but it was cold out there, some snow on the ground, but things are warming up as we head through the week. Forewarned meteorologist Kim Adams is here to deliver some good news. Hey, Kim.
It is good news, Karen. I mean, we've got the sunshine, and I don't know about you, I'll take the colder temperatures as long as we get the sunshine. It certainly has elevated, I think, people's moods today, and we certainly did need it. 32 in Pontiac and Mount Clemens, 36 City Airport, 34 Metro, and 32 in Ann Arbor. It's a little deceiving, though. It looks like it'd be a nice warm day, but wind chills are still in the 20s this afternoon. 21 is what it feels like in Pontiac, 22 in Mount Clemens, 25 Metro, and it feels like it is 22 degrees in Howell and also in Ann Arbor. Tomorrow's probably going to be one of the best days of the week. We get the warmer air. It'll be 42. That's still a little below normal, but not bad. And we get lots of sunshine throughout the entire day. Now, we do have rain in the forecast and also 50-degree temperatures. So I'll have your Futurecast coming up.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Two big health developments today. We start with the push to keep harmful chemicals out of your drinking water. The Environmental Protection Agency is proposing the first federal limits on PFAS, a toxic group of compounds. Now, they don't degrade in the environment, and they're also linked to health issues like cancer. The proposal would set a maximum contaminant level. It would require public water systems to monitor the levels and alert the public if the chemicals go above the threshold. The agency is expected to make a final decision by the end of the year. Another company is lowering the price of insulin in the U.S. The Danish drug maker Novo Nordisk is lowering prices for products by 70% later this year. It follows a similar move by Eli Lilly, which is capping out-of-pocket costs at $35 per month. Those two companies, along with a French drug maker, make up more than 90% of the insulin market in the U.S. President Biden says former President Jimmy Carter has asked him to deliver his eulogy. Carter began receiving hospice care at his home in Georgia last month. President Biden says he spent time with Carter recently, saying the 98-year-old's health has finally caught up with him. Well, the issue of caregiving is in the forefront as more people take on that role, and it can be physically and emotionally taxing. Many times, caregivers are reluctant to seek help or time for themselves. Paula Tutman is live in Beverly Hills this afternoon at a unique place that provides rest for parents of children with special needs, which is so needed and so appreciated, Paula.
Karen, it really is, and I just kind of want to give you a look at this place. That's Brian and that's Maria over there to show you how bright and airy it is. I know there are exhausted parents out there. They don't have a place to go. They feel like they don't have a place to go. They don't know of a place to go, and some of them don't even realize, you know what? They need a place to go. Caring for a loved one is a labor of love, but make no bones about it, it is labor. Often intensive, searing labor. Devin is William's sister.
He can get really angry, so when he gets angry, he chews on his hands. Sometimes he just decides to sit down wherever he is. And he is very heavy. A few years ago, started to do a thing where he swallows air and then regurgitates. His care is difficult. And so when his family found Judson's Center's Losser Respite Home for children, it created breathing room to regroup, reboot, and frankly survive. Most people, if they have children who are normal mentally or physically, they can probably leave their kids with grandparents or friends, aunts and uncles. People who have disabled children can't do that. Come on, push. But this is a service many parents with disabled children don't use or don't know is even available to them. Many may think no one wants to take care of their child and their problems. Maria Torres, the home manager for the respite home, would say nothing is further from the truth.
We change diapers here, no problem. If they need to be potty trained, we have kids that we take to the bathroom every 2 hours. It's in their IPOS, or the parents, Maria we do that, no problem. We give them showers here.
The only one of its kind in southeastern Michigan that accepts children between age 6 and 17 for overnight and extended stays. This home is your home when you walk through the doors. It has comfortable living spaces, several playrooms, commons areas, and most importantly, certified and experienced love and care for children with special needs.
Think about ourselves and our daily lives and working long hours. We need a break. We ourselves need a break.
And with Judson's relationships with Oakland, Macomb, Washtenaw, and Wayne counties, depending on the services a child is already receiving or eligible for, respite care might actually already be paid for.
This place is like a lifeline. Like, people might not understand that if the parents want to go on a vacation, if they didn't have this place, they could not ever go anywhere. So it's a huge blessing. I can't even describe how needed it is by our family, my parents, to ever be able to have a break.
Yeah, you know, these parents need a break. They need to rest to take care of themselves. And the folks who are doing this work, they're just plain good people. Karen, I don't know if you caught that, but depending on the services of your child, this service could be free. If you do have to do out of pocket, it costs maybe upwards of $155 a night, maybe that much. They'll absolutely work with you on that. The important thing is that parents know this is out there for them. They need it. We're going to put information on our website, clickondetroit.com, so you can easily see them, find them, or support them. This is important work.
Appreciate you sharing that information on the resource. It's so needed. Thank you, Paula.